What's going on, everyone? It's Treelord. Today, we're breaking down one of the most talked about decks in Union Arena right now, Purple Evangelion, built around the Spear of Gaius. This deck is strong, and there's no debate there, but strong doesn't mean unbeatable. We're going to look at why this deck wins, where it falls apart, and which meta decks actually have a real chance against it, not theory, but matchup reality. So, let's take a look at this deck itself. At its core, Purple Eva Gaius is a tempo explosion deck. It is not trying to nickel and dime you, it is not trying to grind you slowly. This entire deck is built around one massive swing turn, the turn you resolve your Spear of Gaius. So let's take a look at this. You have a big turn payoff deck with a 1-card board swing that converts energy into pressure, and when the Spear of Gaius hits the board, you're not just playing a 7-cost attacker. You're drawing a card and cheating another large purple body into a play for free. That's where the game flips. So, the core strength number 1 here is a massive tempo swing. This deck's biggest strength is simple, it's tempo. Gaius doesn't trade 1 for 1, it trades 1 card for a board state. Now, if you have 2 bodies in 1 turn, that means you have immediate lethal pressure. No setup requirements, you don't need name change, you don't need a perfect board. If you hit energy and resolve Gaius, you're ahead. Now, the second strength is a high damage output. Purple Eva doesn't win by attrition, it wins by forcing blocks, pushing impact, and ending games quickly once it stabilizes. Now, the impact threats are forced blocks, large BP bodies, and even defensive decks get put into awkward positions where blocking is mandatory and blocking is bad. The third strength is a high power floor. This deck's floor is high, simple as that. You don't need to play perfectly to win games with it. A clean curve and 1 resolve Gaius can carry matches on its own. So let's take a look at the weaknesses of this deck. It is a slow early game, and let's be clear, the deck doesn't start that fast. Now, it has weak early pressure, it's reliant on its mid to late game, and it has very punishable opening turns. If your opponent is already at 3 or 4 life by the time you stabilize, you're in danger, even with Gaius online. The second weakness is removal at the wrong time can kill the deck. Gaius is powerful, but it's not invincible. Decks that can remove, sideline, or stun key attackers right after the big turn completely deflate the strategy. So let's take a look at some tempo disruption. 1 broken turn can equal a game loss. If your big turn gets answered, you don't get a second one. Weakness number 3 is predictability. Everyone knows what turn you're playing Gaius. Everyone knows what you're trying to do. That means good players will plan for it. So let's take a look at some of those matchups. Who beats this purple deck? Well, Purple Eva generally beats slower mid-range decks, low interaction builds, and decks without efficient removal. Those bad and dangerous matchups are obviously Red Kenshin. Red Kenshin is one of the best decks in Eva right now, and why? It has faster pressure, consistent draw, it forces Eva to block early, and by the time Gaius hits, Kenshin has already asked too many questions. The second bad matchup is Yellow Mina or just Yellow Kaiju in general. Yellow decks attack Eva where it hurts, tempo before stabilization. Why? The deck has early attackers, it rests and has tons of stun effects, and it has pressure without needing to overextend. Stunning a Gaius board for 1 turn can often be enough to win. The third is blue control, think Roy Mustang or similar builds. Blue doesn't race Eva, blue will deny Eva. Why? There's generally consistent efficient removal, good board control that can delay the big turns. If Gaius never sticks, Eva won't function. Now, the fourth would be purple control mirrors, or even the bleach variants. Other purple decks that don't fear big bodies, they expect them. Why? You have removal parity, card advantage wars, and it kind of can be more of a coin flip with sideline pressure. Now, my final verdict with this deck is that Purple Evangelion with the Spear of Gaius is absolutely a top tier deck. It wins on raw power, tempo, and pressure. But it is not overly broken. It can be raced, it can be disrupted, and it can be punished by players who understand when it's strong and when it isn't. If you're playing it, protect your big turn. If you're playing against it, don't let that turn resolve cleanly. If this breakdown helped, drop a like. Let me know what deck you're playing into Eva right now and whether the matchup feels real or fake. I'll see you in the next one, and once again, this has been Treelord saying thanks for watching.